last Wednesday at closing
I
hours.
thought there was a meeting
That was
tonight.
Yeah,
No,
that
they
was not
wanted-
very clear.
No,
That was not
to
very
be clear. To be clear, they wanted questions from the council.
Yes.
They did
Email
not
to
ask
them.
for pre-submitted questions from the public.
But having a town hall that the public can attend makes the assumption that the public would be able to come in and ask their questions. Hence the reason why the porters were just here. We have another person here with questions. That's the whole point of a town hall.
No, the point of that was done at the previous town council meeting.
Where-
That was where the public was invited to ask questions. And it was decided at that point that there were not going to be any answers for the questions being asked. And the questions being asked were very unclear. So it was asked for them to be submitted by last Wednesday so that Department of Ecology and Ponderay County could have time to review them and answer them appropriately.
But we did not ask the public to pre-submit.
Either table it or move forward. Is that correct? So I move that we table it. Do I have a second?
all in favor.
Aye.
Alright.
Okay, so this, thank you gentlemen for coming to us, and we look forward to speaking with you in the future. And we'll make sure to have questions already given to you so you're well equipped to answer questions, and we'll move on from here. So thank you for being with us tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
We asked
What is
members of the
tonight's
council.
meeting about?
It's not happening because
Yeah,
I mean-
no questions were submitted.
So no one from council submitted any questions. The Department of Ecology and the county said they were not going to attend without any pre-submitted questions. So.
Okay.
but you can,
Here.
didn't you have a list of
Yeah, I do have contacts. So I mean, if you want to contact the people at Department of Ecology directly, they're open to taking contact.
So as far as Ione Town Council, are you considering this a done deal?
We have to open it, well, I'm going to call it to order here pretty soon. And then
And
the
call-
two council members that were supposed to have questions, what happened to them?
And call what?
And what is the,
Because it's a town, as a town hall, you have to call to order.
But
And you
we were
go-
just told this isn't really a town hall.
No, because,
It's a meeting.
it's not because nobody's submitting questions, so therefore we cannot have the meeting.
We're gonna adjourn.
But
Huh.
I was hoping the
It was-
council
Can you
members that
But
wanted this
do you,
meeting.
we're not trying to attack anybody
Yeah.
or anything.
totally.
But can you understand why we're kind of, the
Yeah.
community is frustrated?
Then
Right.
I would maybe direct those questions directly to Michael Piccirilli and Corey McNeil,
Who
who
are-
are the ones
excuse
who
me.
insisted on having the meeting, and yet they are not
No,
here to even have it be
Cecily,
closed.
other people insisted on having this meeting as well. But there was
But
not
the
enough
council
clarity.
people that were required to submit the questions to have the meeting did not do that. They did
And I
not take
totally
any
missed
questions.
that part of it.
I think
thought it
everybody
was
did, but-
it was like, if you have concerns, anybody that was listening to the meeting,
Yes,
that's what I
yes,
got out of it.
exactly. That's
Well,
why
and
people are
again,
here.
I'm gonna put that back on to those two council members because they are the ones, right now, I'm dealing with the grant for the park. That's what I'm heading up. They're choosing to head that up. I don't know what they're doing with it. They're making a lot
Well,
of
this would
promotion
be
about it, but they're not addressing those questions.
This would be a full council town meeting, everyone, not just two council members. You can't, just because you're a council member and you have a committee that you're heading doesn't mean that you don't work with everything that's on the table for the entire council. You can't just,
And that's why I'm here for the meeting.
All council members were notified.
Yeah.
okay, I'm just saying that the transparency of what exactly was supposed to happen at this meeting was not made clear by council members and the town, in my opinion. because people are here to ask questions and you're refusing to even read them.
Well, I can't answer any of those questions. It's not my specialty. The only people that can are with the county. And they're not here because no answers were submitted.
And that was the understanding at the meeting, that questions would be submitted to them by a certain date. It was said in the meeting to them, they agreed to it. That's why when it was not given to them,
Okay, I'll have to re-listen to that because I'm pretty sure Cecily asked, but we can come and ask questions that day as well. Because it takes time to gather your information and your questions and then to be able to submit them.
and
It
there's
does.
been plenty of opportunity for doing this. This has been going on for years, taking public comment. There was recently a town meeting up in Medellin Falls.
Medellin Falls is not Ione. I don't want to hear any
But
more
it
about a
didn't-
different
nobody
meeting in a
attended
different
it there.
town.
You would
It's a
be
different
perfectly
contract.
capable
It's a
of
different
attending.
shoreline.
Excuse me, I
You
was speaking.
cannot do
I
that.
was speaking. It is the same shoreline management organization. You would be able to ask the same questions, okay? There have been plenty of opportunities. So to imply that somehow the town of Ione is specifically liable for all of that is ridiculous.
Nobody said that.
You're perfectly capable to approach those people as well. We have contacts here. They've been available all this time.
I'm saying in this situation right now, it was not made very clear. Hence the reason why people are showing up with questions in hand.
Well, I'm reading a note. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the Ione Town Council at the Ione Community Center, 208 Blackwell Street, Library Building, Ione, Washington, 99139 at 5:30 p.m. Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, to take public comment and questions regarding the Shoreline Master Program SMP. The SMP has
So
direct.
can we take them and submit them for them? Do you have a callback number on that paper where the county can?
You know what? I'll just submit them to the county.
Yeah,
That's fine.
because we could do that. We would have no
I'm
problems.
I'm just.
moving them forward.
I thought that sounded to me like it was our notice on the wall down here.
Well, I mean, the intention was to allow the public to ask questions as well, but the precondition the Department of Ecology set to show up to the meeting was having the council pre-submit questions to them. The council did not do so, so Department of Ecology didn't show up. So now we don't have anybody here to answer
Yeah,
questions from the public.
it sounds like it's a failure on the town's part. No communication, in my opinion.
What was a
I'm allowed to have
failure
an
is that
opinion.
at the original town council meeting, last meeting, was the opportunity for public question and comment. That was the opportunity for it. It was decided that from the questions that Corey was submitting, that there was gonna have to be a formal question that could be reasonably understood and then answered. That was the point.
Because Corey was bringing up legal matters that we can't. Only the county can answer those questions.
Of course, then I found a lot more questions in the last few days.
Yeah, it takes time
Yeah.
to go over everything and
I mean,
to
this is
rethink your questions.
155 pages long.
A contract like this, a project like this should take several years to comb through and go
And so
through.
how many
It
questions do
did.
you
It
have?
It's a
took 3
3-year
years.
process.
Exactly.
1, 2,
Yeah, it should
3,
be.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
When did you come to those questions?
Most of them in the last week. Because I really started digging into this and read it, that, they're saying for instance, protected and established buffers upland from the ordinary high water mark, 200 feet.
Did you get one of these? So you can call and talk to these yourself, take all those questions to them?
Here, hand it down, thank you. But the thing of it is, that's just one. Another one is 200 feet, most of your people, the lots are only 250 to 300 feet. So you're telling me nobody can build anything closer than 200 feet?
We can't answer that. We're not the.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't feel that we should support this or at all.
And so what's the alternative? What are you proposing as being the alternative?
Them going back to the drawing board. Another question I have is not answered in here at all is, okay, the dams are causing all the issues, yet they pay nothing to the landowners to compensate them for the damage that the dams are doing.
And having these questions written up and submitted to them in writing would greatly facilitate getting answers to these questions.
Okay, the lady Cecily, or I believe her name's Cecily, asked those questions and they kept pawning her off. Okay,
I thought Brian Smiley gave her the information on how to get help to pay for Shoreline.
why should they have to pay for anything? The dams are causing it. The dams are taking in millions of dollars a year, and they're the ones causing the damage to the property. Yet there's nothing in here that says the dams who are causing the issues are willing to spend a dime to help. See, once it's in writing and you accept it, they don't have to do anything other than what's in writing. So if you lose half your shoreline to them, the dam raising and lowering the water, then you're stuck with the bill. According to this, it says it right in here that the property owners are responsible for the loss of shoreline.
I'm sure through the due course of law that this could be attended to.
Where were you when
by
this 3
Boundary
years ago?
Dam. Yeah, I mean,
I
it
was
does not, they do not sign away their right to sue whoever would be responsible or to pursue legal proceedings for that. There is nothing that gets
Yeah,
signed
but the
away.
legal proceedings cost money. A lot of these people don't
And
have
that's the risk you take when you buy a piece of property like that. You have these issues with boundary lines. That's going to be the case. That's what it is. Is it being suggested that there be a tax so that everybody has to pay equally into
money.
it?
No.
Well, then what's the other option?
The problem that's being caused by should pay for it. If you get in a car wreck and it's your fault, you pay the damages.
Okay, and so who should that be attended to? This does not take away any of those rights.
There's no
It does not.
questions that have been.
It does not remove the right for another office to pay for those damages. It doesn't do that. You know, I come from the west side. We deal with the.
That's
you know,
the problem.
Oh, and where do you come from, Corey?
The east side.
Oh, that's great. I come from Washington. Where do you come from?
Washington.
Well, then, duh. You know.
The difference is I don't feel that people live over in the west side cities could make decisions for the east side.
Is that what's happening here?
Yes. This is all east side garbage from the Olympia and everything else.
Okay.
It's set up that
Corey, you need to take this up with the county.
Yeah,
This
it's
isn't
not our issue.
Ione.
that's why I'm firmly against it.
Yeah.
And your rudeness about the west side is duly noted. Thank you.
I don't care. You know,
There's a lot you apparently don't care about, but that's up to you.
I don't care.
You didn't
Okay,
care enough to
this
submit
needs
any
to
questions for
stop.
this waste of the time.
I had them, but then he told me nobody did questions, so they aren't going to do it. So I don't
And
know
you
how
were
many times.
reminded twice last week
Yeah, and he
of
said
the deadline.
Right.
And you said you would bring questions and you never did.
So you knew about the deadline, correct?
okay.
Okay, can that be acknowledged that you knew about the deadline,
No, I didn't, because I couldn't remember the
Yes,
deadline.
you did.
couldn't remember?
You were reminded twice in one day.
Right.
And so here we are.
Yep. That's it. Here we are.
Well,
It
since
boils down
we
to-
have nobody to answer questions.
They all left.
This meeting's
When they
over.
found out you
Yeah.
guys were going to let them ask questions, they left.
Can we adjourn the meeting?
Yes, this meeting is adjourned.